Once again, I request all the speakers to please come inside and join us. And our session moderator, I request Dr. T.R. Pandey, Director, Ajay Garg Institute of Management. मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगी सर से कि अगर वो यहाँ पे नहीं है तो वो प्लीज़ अंदर आ जाए, हमें आके ज्वाइन कर ले, so that we can start our session. Thank you. So this is our creative careers, navigating non-traditional employment opportunities in the digital era. So without any further delay, we'll start our panel 4. I request our session moderator, Dr. T.R. Pandey, Director, Ajay Garg Institute of Management. So please come and join us on stage. Everyone, थोड़ी सी तालियों के साथ please welcome sir on stage. Everybody, thank you. I request Mr. Mohit Agrawal, founder and chairman, Doon Business School. I request sir to please come and join us on stage. Professor D.S. Chauhan, Pro Chancellor, GLA University. Please come forward and join us on stage. I request Professor Dr. Munish Sabarwal, Executive Director, IILM University. मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगी अगर वो यहाँ पे हैं तो प्लीज़ स्टेज पे आए, हमें आके ज्वाइन करें. प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर BP Singh, Vice Chancellor, Maharishi University of Information Technology. I request you sir, अगर आप यहाँ पे हैं तो प्लीज़ स्टेज पे आए, हमें आके ज्वाइन करें. एंड जितने भी स्पीकर्स के नाम मैंने लिए हैं मैं उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करूँगी अगर वो बाहर हैं और अगर वो मेरी आवाज़ सुन पा रहे हैं तो वो प्लीज़ अंदर आ जाए, हमें आके ज्वाइन कर ले ताकि हमारा ये जो सेशन 4 है उसको हम शुरू कर सकें. प्रोफेसर PK Dashora, वाइस चांसलर, मंगलायतन यूनिवर्सिटी. सर अगर आप यहाँ पे हैं तो प्लीज़ स्टेज पे आए, हमें आके ज्वाइन करें. आई रिक्वेस्ट प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर अवधेश कुमार, प्रो वाइस चांसलर, गलगोटिया यूनिवर्सिटीज़. प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर फरजाना, प्रो वाइस चांसलर, एरा यूनिवर्सिटी. एंड I request Subha Mahata, Associate Director, HireMee. Please come and join us. जितने भी speakers के मैंने नाम लिए हैं मैं उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करूँगी कि प्लीज़ आप यहाँ पे हैं तो स्टेज पे आके मैं ज्वाइन करें. So on the behalf of Professor Dr. BP Singh, Vice Chancellor, Maharishi University of Information Technology, we have Dr. Kalyan Acharjya, Dean Jiring is here with us. I request you to please kindly come and join us on stage. Right, thank you so much everyone, and I think we are ready for our panel 4. I would like to request Dr. T.R. Pandey to please kindly moderate the session. Thank you.
So good afternoon. This topic is all about, rather this panel's topic is all about navigating unconventional employment skills opportunities and technology, how it is to be embedded into it to take it forward. As we all know, that so far we have been teaching and teaching as if it is one-way traffic, not knowing whether the other side is taking it, not knowing whether it is going to generate or add any value to the other side, especially to their employment prospect. So we have been just teaching. And we have become the best of the teachers, knowing that we have delivered the excellent content. And the students must have digested them, taken, these contents in right spirit. It will add to their employment values and so many other things. In fact, at many places I have been in the past, and so they say that we have been a good teacher, but whether they have learned something or not. So we teach, but whether they learn, that is where NEP also comes into the picture. And that is where the whole crux of the story is. Because when we talk of employment, I believe somebody in the past, I'll not go into the detail of it, somebody in the past said employment or unemployment is just, a mental barricade. So probably he or she, whosoever, spoke it, was right, without knowing the philosophy of this righteousness. But they said yes. So they were right. Because employment is there, always there, provided there is somebody to grab it. Unfortunately, the employment that is there will not get shaped by the perception and philosophy of higher education institutions or we, the academicians. There has to be right skill set, and then there has to be a matching. Then only we can say that there's a win-win employment. Unfortunately, for last 10-15 years, lot of disruptions has taken place. And these disruptions, they are a continuous phenomenon, irrespective of whether we like them or not. We will be disrupted out if we decide that we do not like them, right? So they will be there, and this disruption will be a continuous phenomenon, irrespective of, once again, whether we like or not. And therefore, are we preparing ourselves? And then, are we going to prepare our students also? Because until we prepare ourselves, I do not think that students will get prepared or will be able to do or contribute any kind of value to their employment prospect. We have got these stalwarts, our VC sir of Mangalayatan University. We have got Farzana B ma'am again of ERA University. We have got Mr. Agrawal, Dr. Agrawal, Dr. Kalyan, okay, sorry. So we have got all stalwarts, and I'm sure that the deliberation, brainstorming, discussion, or the input that will come out from each one of them. Okay, I'm so sorry, the Subha Mahata, because he is the one who is, disruptor actually amongst all of us.
It's not like that. We just met before this.
Yeah, but it was not that.
No issues.
Right. So I'm sure we are going to have a very fruitful session out here. Sir, I'll start with you, sir, because from out of all of us, your experience is no doubt oceanic, and we are sure that, whatever inputs will come out from you will shape our mindset. So how do you see this disruption, technological disruption, and the employment opportunities that are available, befitting these disruptions? How do you see look at it, and what is your say?
I am PK Dashora from Mangalayatan University. Today's topic, it is really interesting to look at the words used in the formation of today's topic. I think I should reread it. Navigating non-traditional employment. The very important term is non-traditional employment. What do we actually mean by it? When we look at the literature, any area where the employment of a particular sector or section of society is less than 25% is non-traditional employment. What are those? Male versus female, or able versus disabled, rural versus urban. We can classify it in so many different terms, but certainly we need to address the employment first, because if we know what is employment, then perhaps we will be in a position to address our problem and search the solutions. At this moment, I would quote one line from our ancient literature, Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwata. Let the noble thoughts come from all directions. Sabhi dishaon se shreshth vichar amantrit hain. In order to address this thematic problem, we have been discussing, listening to the experiences of wonderful people who have worked in the field and come up with new ideas. I have been told that there are 4 or 5 arenas within this particular session only. And of those, the first one is, I have been given chance to speak first. So I would address the first one, if you permit me. Please. How can educational institutions redesign curricula and training programs to better prepare students for non-traditional careers in digital economy? Again, if I start analyzing each word of it, it would pass at least 2 hours. Because every word has a very significant meaning, varied meaning, and it can be discussed in different ways. But however, to sum it up, I would say that we need to have, keeping the central theme and the theme of this particular session in mind, I would say we have to understand the problem right from the pre-primary education to research level work. And fortunately, in previous session when I was attending, our Honorable Sir has just commented how many years it will take in examining the NEP. I would very humbly inform all honorable members sitting here that in the NEP document itself, year 2040 has been written in the last line. I think we all remember it. 2040, 2030 is also one time point. 2025 is also one time point. And here I would say, I am not sure whether up to 2040 even we will be in a position to complete or achieve the targets of NEP 2020, because right from Mudgil Ayog, Radhakrishnan Ayog, Kothari Commission, New Education Policy 86, Revision 1992, what we have seen? Do we want the fate of NEP 2020 be in the same line, in same direction? No. We have to watch and wait, and we have to work hard. And for that, I would just quote one famous words being used by every teacher who is a futuristic. He says that learn, unlearn, and relearn. It is the crux of the things. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. We are at a point where we have to unlearn the things. How much time, sir? No. We have to unlearn the things. And if you want to unlearn things, then right from the pre-primary education, we have to enhanced onboarding first impression in the teaching. Then our first year experience should be robust. If it is not robust, our sir is sitting here from the mathematics. I just introduced him. I think everyone knows the meaning of robust, that it is firm, sturdy. That value system for which our earlier speaker has mentioned. And data information, proactive advising. It is, data is being used very meticulously. The definition of data itself is very vast. Every point of information is data if it is placed at a suitable place, in connection with suitability, and used suitably. It is data. Early exposure of our students for career planning, what they actually want. I would just mention one important term, waste of education. We all have been witnessing it, waste of education. Dropouts is a waste of education. Employment is waste of education. And waste of education is lower employment is waste of education. India is suffering from the waste of education. We have to curb it. We have to remove it. Moreover, NEP 2020 very emphatically says that experiential learning, skill training, these are the avenues through which we can go ahead. And we have to enhance in our schools and universities and colleges student support services. Sense of belonging, our sir, he is sitting here, he has just mentioned about the future and past and all those things, and value system also. The sense of belonging, I would use 3 terms, Jeev, Jagat or Jagannath. Right from the individual himself to the universe and the God itself, that a connectivity of person should be established from Jeev to Jagat to Jagannath. Then only we can say that education is moving in its right direction. And our institutions should be empowered so that they may achieve success. At the first sir's query, I would mention this only because my time is perhaps over.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful start, sir. Next, I'll go to Farzana, ma'am. The question out of sir's this thing addresses mindset of adaptability. Again, it is a crux. I believe it will address everything. So, how do you look at it? Because whatever you may say, but we belong to that conservative bracket. Coming out of that is very difficult. It requires a big push. So, where does that come from, and how do you look at it?
Thank you so much. Yes, very rightly said. If we want to move ahead, if we want to adapt, new things in life, we have to have, a culture where all the stakeholders are ready to go in for the desired change. Yes, we all know that everybody, all of us, right from small children up to the students who are in the learning stage, and when they go and get employment and they themselves become leaders, there is always a resistance when a new change, a new policy, a new thought is brought forward. All of us know that change is the way to life. Anything which becomes stagnant, still, it loses its viability and a chance to, move forward in the right direction. So change is very necessary, but at the same time, we all know that it's difficult for any one of us to bring that change. But fortunately or unfortunately, as we all know, that the disruption brought by the COVID-19, all of us, especially in the education sector, health sector, or any other sector, that how everything absolutely came to a standstill. Things stopped moving. And when COVID was going on at its full rage, during that period and post-COVID, so much change we have seen in every sector, in every walk of life. The way we are living today, the way we are socializing, the way we are, our education sector, health sector, any sector is going. You must have seen a tremendous amount of change. So that change, I would say that in so many ways, it has, made people take stock of the situation. They were jolted. And before they were, I think so, they were even ready to understand what is going on. They were there in the midst of that, and things were changing, especially in education sector, and I belong from health sector, where we saw so much changing. But that was good. But again, for that change to occur, whosoever is at the helm of affair or is a stakeholder, that person should be given a chance to know exactly why this change is taking place, why the old is being replaced by some of the new things, and why it is important for them to be part of that change. Because if they will not be part of that change, you know, so many in so many sectors or businesses where they could not adopt to the changing times, especially Nokia, you must have seen, Kodak, photography, so many other things. Now they have become extinct. And those who remained with the change, they took a leap and they progressed. Although it's difficult because you're doing something, all of a sudden you have to, you are asked to do something else which is very new to you and you are not sure. Because things which you are doing, till that time, everyone knew the outcomes. But sometimes the change, when it is, you are going to have to take a new step forward, you are not very sure as to what the outcome will be. Because sometimes, as you write, in the theory is different from practical. You can write something, you can say that these are the goals which we want to achieve. But how much you will be able to achieve those goals, you are not. So everyone is afraid. But you have to, you can see from the past experiences as to all those who have changed, moved ahead, are now at the helm of affairs and they are doing great. So similarly for this change to occur, these kind of the confidence building among the stakeholders, be it in the teachers, be it students, be it the people who are in administration or anywhere else, they all need to become confident and be made aware that this kind of a change, this policy, especially new education policy, which has been implemented, that yes, it is good. And as we can say, as we're going to move ahead, all of us are seeing the implementation part. And we ourselves know that it is not a very easy task because, first of all, awareness is not there, training is not there, acceptability is not there. But then slowly we have to move, and we all should think about it that it's not an overnight thing or 1 year time that you can implement everything. You should see that any major change, it takes at least 8 to 10 years or 15 years. So just saying that, no, it is not good, you cannot do it, just try to map the success in that time zone. That it is only 2 years, maybe 3 years since we started. We started when COVID was there, so naturally disruption. So just try to measure it in that term, that change has taken place, we are changing, we are moving towards that, policies by government have come. But then certain things need to be there, lot of hand-holding for the faculty members. Time and again, you have to apprise the students regarding this kind of new policies, new changes, because with the digitalization, every sector has had a change. Be it healthcare, so much new innovations. You know that without the digitalization, without the help of digital technology, it is not very easy for us now to remain connected. And we because of this digitalization and the change which we have adopted, we see that healthcare has reached too far, so many places, and it is accessible. It has been made available to a lot of people because of digitalization, because of the change which we have taken positively, and it has reached to so many people. And again, with the introduction of AI, artificial intelligence, again there is so much change we are expecting. and all of us are moving forward towards it so that we are not out of the league. So, it makes sense to take it positively, but we need a lot of hand-holding and a lot of, positive, information being passed on to all the stakeholders. This is what my belief is. And I am very hopeful that this kind of positive change which has started will take us further in whatever goals we have to have achieved. So thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very
Thank you so much. Wonderful insight and great positivity, optimism is there, ma'am. Now, my question is to Dr. Kalyan Acharya. Already, the whole surrounding, the whole environment inside and outside, it speaks a lot than we can, So, since this disruption, these changes are quite common, quite continuous. So, Dr. Kalyan, how do you see, what will be the degree of willingness of the people to, stay changed to change? You get it? Because as a faculty, as a teacher, at times we also, suffer from that kind of speed breakers here. We have got our own limit. Let the students and let the people, develop and learn. We have got our own, expressway of teaching and, evaluating. So where do you see that this continuous willingness to, change to these unconventional skill sets, required to go employed? Please, sir.
Yes, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. It's good afternoon, everyone, and namaskar to all the VC sir, directors and ma'am, sir. My name is Dr. Kalyan Acharjya. I'm a dean of the Maharishi School of Engineering and Technology. I'm Lucknow campus. On the contrary of today's topic, sir, and your question is that I'm a teacher, and directly I have to point out the thing is that suppose learn, if there's a attitude for the learn, there's a possibility of relearn. And what sir told about is all about the not skill, it's talking about the meta skills. On the second thing is that if the person have any digital skill, because there is no way we have to. If there is other way, there's no way we have to. But the thing is that we have to keep our foundation. Whether talking about our curriculum, whether talking about whether this is sustainability, whether talking about the inclusives, is this sufficient or not? So on the context of NEP, what the sir told about, just first tip of the iceberg is the curriculum design. First, it's just tip of the iceberg, sir. On this day, suppose one student just learn something for the first semester and just learn something from the second semester, but the student think that he's okay with some digital skills. Let's talking about the virtual realities. Let's talking about the AI expert, right? Then the thing is that a student have the ability to pursue the particular skill and get out from the course. That's the one. See, it's a very beautifully planned. Suppose a student is talk about the first semester, second semester, on the third semester is not interested. But if a student have some ability, have some internship on any digital skills, right? Then a student may allow, I think sir, NEP is also allowed to exit from the course based on extra 8 or 4 credit. So this is the advantage of digital eras. And on the second context, if suppose a student have learned something, right? And suppose there may be the AI disruption is there may be possibilities. Because nowadays everywhere there's a different types of tools is coming. But if he is okay with the video editing, he is ready to learn with another skill in the near futures. We are not going to obsolete. Those people, those students, those system is going to obsolete who are not ready to change. Whether talking about the curriculum structure, whether talking about the teaching pedagogies, whether talking about the structures, everything have to be framed out. On the second context, suppose I'm a teacher, I'm a proud teacher, sir. Normally always see that why the industry people should be inclusive in our part of system. Normally, because mera nokri kahan jayega? Suppose if industry people come to my classroom, but on the particular thing is that, on the UGC also, I think there's a professor of practice concept is there, is absolutely allow the universities by institute to hire some industry people and taught some selective papers. I think it's allowed, sir. So this way, we togetherly, whether talking about the academician, whether talking about the industry people, whether talking about the market demand, whether talking about the student. And second thing is that if we deliver the market demand content to the student, it's absolutely clear that student always feel interesting. If we suppose delivering those system or those content which are absolutely going to out of the maybe market, but out of the time, then student feel is that nahi yaar isme koi maza nahi hai. So it's up to us how we change ourselves, how we develop ourselves, how we skill ourselves, and same thing have to transfer to our student. So first we have to a role model. So the system or the curriculum or the structure or the content, and yes, there should be some clarity is still not there, because once you progress in the path, clarity will be emerged. I personally feel that, and with these notes, any student, the humanities, let's humanities peoples and computer science people sit together and think about the animations. Creative thinking by the humanities people, coding done by the computer science. So it's happening there, it's happening in our India also. And many universities, those vice chancellors are there, they already implement this type of curriculum. So I'm at least on the positive note that we are changing, our university system is changing, or many universities are changing, but yes, we have to be very cautious about the implementation of the quality content. And that's my note, sir. Please, thank you everyone, sir.
Great, great. Thank you so much, sir. In fact, you talked of market requirement and skill delivery, development. Now, Mr. Mahata, I'm coming to you, sir. As I said in the beginning, you are the disruptor. You are giving the headache. So how long will you continue to give this headache? Is there any full stop? Is there any final destination?
No,
or this disruption will be continuous?
We'll continue doing this till your blessings are there, so don't worry about it. Yeah, please, sir, go ahead with your question. Yeah.
So my question to you is, do we have any full stop?
Sir, see, since this disruption
Because what is unconventional today, don't you think that after 2-3 years, this also will become conventional?
Yeah, very, very, very right question. And as Professor Dashora started, he has covered the entire crux of this discussion. And now once you're asking me, innovation is all about change. And change is the only thing which never changes. It will keep on happening. And that's the only constant. So on this particular topic, just I was thinking that I'll just take down some notes, because I would be sharing the stage with people whose experience is equal to my age. So I'm that prepared. So basically, I have taken down a couple of points. I would like to elaborate on them. The first for the entire topic is the nature of this topic, and how do we quantify this when we say that we are navigating the unconventional career paths. The second is, we are operating in what society and what are the strength of that society. The third thing is, we are into what age of unconventional careers. And the final thing is, where do we want to land up? The question which Professor Pandey just asked me. So the first thing is, once we talk about the nature of unconventional career paths, so as we call it unconventional, there is no conventional viewpoint to estimate the length and breadth of any career progression in any direction today. Whatever is a skill becomes sellable if you are able to market it properly, if you can get it jacketed properly, it has got its own market. So that's the nature of the unconventional career path. The second is, we are operating in India, Bharat. And India, in spite of being a victim of brain drain, we are very proud till today, because this economy, this talent economy, outweighs several talent economies of the entire world, just due to its huge cognitive diversity. Today you go to any part of the country, you'll see people across skill sets. They don't get a platform to showcase them. That is the reason for which these gems are hiding. That's why in HireMee we call it discover your diamond. So that's the philosophy we look for. So that's the age where we are operating. And the last thing is the future, what sir asked. So the unconventional career paths will make a paradigm shift in the dream of having career equity rather than job equity. People will no more worry about whether I get a job or not. They will look for a career. And this would definitely have a lot of opportunities for every skill, and will have equity in this country in such a way that work is available for each and every skill which is available in the market. So that's the future we are looking at, sir. Thank you so much for that question. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Again, coming to you, sir. We are sitting in Lucknow, sometimes we sit in Delhi, Noida, in all these tier 1, tier 2, to a max tier 3 cities also. But by and large, India leaps beyond that also, So, how do you think this unconventional skill set that we have talked of can become more inclusive to capture the uncaptured, so far?
Certainly, before that I would comment on my early 3 speakers. Madam has rightly pointed out, and I would just pick one word from his complete valuable discourse: change. The same word he has also used, but with meta-analysis. And the third one, which he has used a word, is synonym to gamut change. In my opinion, in this universe, nothing is permanent but change. Parivartan hi chiranjeevi hai. And this change is the significance of the life. We ourselves are changing every moment. So change has to be there. Where the change has to be, for that, the term which he used as meta-analysis, we have to analyze all available resources, where we have to move. And for that holistic approach we have to take up. Today, the one term I have been listening from the point I joined here is artificial intelligence. And the answer to his question, his query, largely lies in it. The artificial intelligence has to be worked out in such a manner that it streamlines the workflow. It streamlines the automation and boosts the output at a scale which gives employability. That artificial intelligence has to be used in such manner, and for that, what dimensions we need to address? First is social media. I am not going into detail. For that, search engine, maybe Google, Bing, MSC or many other search engines are there. Marketing, SEM, marketing, search, advertising, marketing, data analysis. Data analysis has become so indispensable as on today in this competitive world, competition within and outside also, in our global setup and local setup also. The data analysis has become imperative and very important. Then comes content marketing. We all are in universities or colleges. We very well understand the importance of writing and the content in that, and everything depends, our own career is depending on the marketing of the content. That content marketing is one area where all those who are not in the mainstream of the society will be benefited, because they can use their potential, their experience in developing, generating content, in modifying content, and placing the content at a suitable place. There are many dimensions for it. Email marketing is one area where we need to address those people who are not very skilled, but they can simply work on laptop or computer. They can retrieve the emails and they can enhance the marketing strategies of any organization, and even in the education sector also. Social selling. Here the pay per click is a concept which is used and can be used for generating employment
for the students in the classroom.
Thank you. As far as redefining the curricula which are being taught to the students offered by universities and colleges across India, with the introduction of NEP, the first point which they mentioned was interdisciplinary teaching and learning strategies. So, for a very long time, we have seen that teaching is carried out in the universities has remained in silos. Means an arts student, science students, humanities, finance, and so on and so forth. In this new education policy, interdisciplinary approach, which has been talked about, needs to be implemented. Universities needs to redesign their curricula and introduce this system. I am very happy to share with you that in ERA University, in the year 2017, we started with honors in liberal education, which talks and which implements this interdisciplinary approach even before the implementation of this new education policy. The concept of this interdisciplinary approach is that a student at honors level or now at class 12, 11, 12th level is given a chance to pick the subjects of his choice, of his interests. And now the baskets which were earlier offered to us were very limited choices. Arts, you have to go on with those subjects, science with the particular subjects, humanities. Now, student is offered these various baskets, and the student is allowed to choose subjects from 2 baskets or 3 baskets. The reason why it is so much popular at global level, it's been going on for more than 30 years or so in US, UK, and so many other countries. But in India, it has been introduced recently. And the reason why this kind of a choice is given to a student is, as you all know, that with the advent of technology, with the so many changes taking place, a subject or a choice taken up at a certain point might be not of that much use after few years down the line. And if the student has taken only those particular subjects, it's difficult for him to move from one stream to another. Here, a student taking physics can also take psychology. And at the same time, it has been focused to design the curricula in such a way that not only these courses are offered, but the student is given, training to have him become a person who can, once he goes out in the society, he has all those skill sets also, how to interact, how to communicate, what is the other, skills are there if you have to move forward. Because only education, only the cognitive part, it cannot take you very long. There are other skill sets also. So you have to have a complete, approach for giving a holistic training to that. So you need to develop those kind of curricula in the university. At the same time, especially when I'm talking about healthcare, as I come from that, the medical students, nursing students, pharmacy students, you just cannot just go on teaching them whatever is there in their curriculum. Because so much digitalization has come, as I have told you, discussed earlier. So the knowledge for incorporating digital skills at every level, so that once they go out in the community and they go out in the practice or in industry, they have all those skill sets. So having these electives as the electives or including electives can give students a chance to have all those different skill sets. This is what I think can help with the revision of the curricula, and so that the particular skills are developed for their future employment. Thank you.
Yes, again to Dr. Kalyan Acharya. I mean, the same question, albeit with a different tone and manner. How can this, digital skill sets, or digitalization of, teaching, learning, I mean, the whole thing is how can it be made, the back and pathway of, teaching, learning in the classroom once again, as a teacher?
Yes.
Because ultimately, I mean, barring syllabus on the paper,
I know.
it finally comes the teacher only.
I understand, sir, because I have to save my job also. Because ultimately, I am a teacher. I have to go to the classroom. This is my primary, and this is the most important job. But suppose if I have the curriculum, suppose maybe 60%, 70%, what I personally follow is that everything I have to deliver, right? But because some content, if I personally feel is that no, your content is available on a particular digital platform, then you may be, because sometimes if changes the educator, maybe give different perspective, different view of the same subject. It's not about that I'm right or I'm wrong, it's about the perspective. And second thing is that, suppose I'm very interested on the social media coding. Suppose if we learn from the social media, from the humanities teacher, which background is psychology, right? And this gives the different perspective. If we combine the thing from the different background and learn the particular subject, some maybe there are some classroom teaching, some maybe there's a digital training, some maybe some capstone project, something maybe field work, then it's a very, very beautiful. Whether I feel or not, honestly, it's a very, very beautiful and very, very enjoyable. And most of the time, in such cases, such practices, student feel, and student always eager to come to the class, come to the field, come to the lab, and it's happening. So that's my way is that it's not about the digital come, let's change everything. No, we are the teacher, it's our responsibility to the foundation, then put something from the different perspective, from different educators, and let's learning together. It's all about the learning, whether the student, whether the teacher. So this is my outcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Now finally to you, sir, Subha, sir. So far, the higher education institutions and even the schools, they have been operating in silos, in separation, perceiving their own paradise of excellence, which was unfounded. It is falling one by one. They, in a way, were not trying to compete. Neither they were trying to collaborate somewhere. Don't you think it is high time now, because they cannot be self-sufficient in their own? So it is high time that they should collaborate with industry leaders or stalwarts, those who have got great comfort in this zone, in this area?
Absolutely, very, very nice question, sir. As in academia, you have got the concept of student exchange from one university to the other. Similarly, in corporate also, people go for internships and they learn on the job. So if I remember, my professor used to say, we used to take confirmation from him. I'll not take his name. He's a very respected person. So we used to ask him, sir, did we learn? He said, no, you have read, you learn on the job. So that's the approach. So for that, you need to have a podium, and that podium is going to be industry. Similarly, industry has to learn a lot of things from academia, because the precision with which research work, research documentation can be done within an institution, that sort of precision is not possible within a setup where it is a production environment. So there lies the difference. It's equally important. And one point, I was just summarizing all these things, sir. Everybody is speaking about the non-traditional pattern of career. The word non-traditional also has traditional into it. And right from the morning, as sir said, AI. Students who are aspiring for AI, today I have seen a lot of people getting misguided. Until and unless you have got a solid background of statistics, you know probability very well, conditional probabilities, skewness, kurtosis, I think it's not a suitable career for you. Just learning Python is not going to land you up as an AI engineer. There is a lot of background which is required. So the conventional things are very important. Today we have reached an era where people with some limited education, they will come to the periphery and they will say that you learn a few tools and you go and work on this automation tools, you'll become a stalwart. No, it's not like that. The basics are important, as even spirituality says that praptasya prapti nibrittasya nibritti. So the same thing is applicable here as well. It's time that human beings become very humble, because it's too much of innovation and people are getting too much dynamic on this part. And it is becoming a counter where people are boasting about innovation. We are not innovating anything. Let's be very humble. We are just rediscovering the things which has been discovered long back. And just today we have got the ability to label them. So that's the thing what I would say. It's time to be very humble. And of course, this exchange is going to help people. So that's where I'd like to end. Thank you so much.
Well said, well responded. You took my question very rightly. Now, sir, one final, I'll just take 20-30 seconds with you, sir. Where does this conventional and unconventional, approaches merge? Because we are teaching. We are just not making them, employment, what you call horses. We are going to make them citizens also of this country. So don't you think that this has to merge somewhere and there must be some kind of Lakshman Rekha not to be crossed by anybody? Please.
Sir, your question has rightly been taken up, examined, churned up, discussed and concluded by the person who was the chairman of the drafting committee of NEP 2020. He just mentioned very empathetically Bharatiya Jnana Parampara is in it. And before I comment anything, I would slightly disagree with one of the learned speaker or moderator who was sitting here in the earlier sessions. He commented that past glory is not the future story. I disbelieve it. Past glory is the foundation stone of our future. Past glory is the powerhouse of our further energy. And for that, NEP has suitably emphasized Bharatiya Gyan Parampara, and that Bharatiya Gyan Parampara is not just on one point, it is holistic approach.
Great.
And that holistic approach we need to take up. I would take some more seconds, sir. We have to address IT to streamline the workforce. We have to go for incubators, mentorship. We have to foster the creativity among the students. Without it, we cannot go further. We have to go for in-campus incubators. We have to align curricula with the real-world situations. And there are so many such things which we think that we have to work as a human being for the nature, for the existence of this earth. We have to save the earth. We have to save the universe. And we have to save our identity as a human being with our value system also, which cherish the humanity and which further makes life a beautiful world, which makes this world a beautiful world. And it is our responsibility to inherit or to transfer this world to our coming generation in a way better than what we have received from our ancestors. And for that,
Great,
education is the fundamental thing.
Wonderful. So thank you so much. Much more exciting than expected, conclusion. So we all are academicians. Let us not blame children. Let us not blame students. The responsibility lies on me, on you people. Take them as our own children, If our own child or children, they do not learn, we experiment every Tom, Dick and Harry to bring them on right track. So the students also in the classroom, they are our children. We have got the responsibility to shape up, right? So we have to ensure that they get employment. At the same time, they are committed citizen of the country as well. So thank you so much once again for this nice panel. So thank you so much, everybody. So I'll do that. Don't worry.
Right, thank you so much. That was an amazing session. Ek baar zordar taaliyan ho jaye once again everybody all together for all our dignitaries. I would like to request our session moderator to please kindly come forward and join us to felicitate all our speakers. So first most, I would like to request. So first most, I would like to request Dr. Kalyan Acharjya. I request you, sir, to please kindly come forward. Thank you. Thank you. I request Professor P.K. Dashora, sir. I request you to please kindly come forward. I request Professor Dr. Farzana, and please come forward. Thank you, and I request Mr. Subha, Mahata, sir, please kindly come forward. Thank you everyone once again for this amazing and fruitful session. Thank you. Thank you so much, and now I would like to request Professor P.K. Dashora, sir. So please kindly come forward to felicitate our moderator. Thank you so much for moderating the session so well for all of us. Thank you.